Hey, it's me, Silvanici, and little Mai and I are here to welcome you back to another vlog, or I guess not welcome back, it's a new video, but maybe welcome back to my channel, or perhaps welcome to my channel for the first time if you are just finding me for the first time. My name is Rain. I also just go by my artist name, which is Silvanici, and I like to do mixed media art in my free time and as much as I can, and I like a lot of different medias of art, and I like being cozy and I like cute things, so that's what we're all about here. So in this vlog, we are just going to be painting a lot and doing a craft, a sewing craft, not really sure what to call it, but like a little sewing project, and then going to a hardcore show to benefit Palestine. Just lots of good stuff. And yeah, I hope you enjoy spending a couple cozy weeks with me. So let's get into it. So I've continued to just be obsessed with acrylic paint and trying to learn the medium and see what I can do with it. So my partner made us some pancakes with strawberries and brought me some strawberries, and instead of eating them right away, I decided to paint some from life and to try to get the shading, and I was mostly excited to try the red shading, which I think turned out pretty well, just using my red straight out the tube and then a hot pink and a blue to accomplish the shading. But the part that was definitely practice was doing the seeds, and that was really tough. But I also painted a little strawberry in my journal because I've been really just enjoying being really loose and free with this new journal and doing art directly in it and just doing whatever. Basically, it's a catch-all everything book. What do they call those? Commonplace book. Yeah, commonplace book is really what I'm going for with my new diary, or my new journal. I don't really call it a diary, but that definitely is what it is. Uh, anyway, this was my first time mixing black and yellow to make green because I didn't really think of that until I heard someone say that's how it could be done. But I'm just watching Queen Cozy K and trying to paint the seeds, but those got a thumbs down. I was not loving them. So I tried to add these shadows and then add some seeds and kind of keep them smaller, and definitely still wasn't exactly what I was going for, but it was practice. And something else I did was kind of try to turn a little doodle that I had just done with fountain pen and Tombow marker, I think just last month. But in my last sketchbook, I had drawn a little yellow pigment just sitting in a flowery field like this. So I kind of tried to turn that into a bigger painting and spent quite a while on this page, definitely longer than I usually would spend on a single sketchbook page, but I had a lot of fun making this little yellow pigment painting. But yeah, I didn't record this whole page. Obviously, just the clips from the beginning of the video of me on my porch when I was working on the lily of the valley flowers on his little stem. But I wanted to show you guys me finishing up because I just love how this turned out. And here's just a little frozen yogurt date I went on with my partner and with Ryan Persian. And then I married off Pig Patchy because I wanted to switch from the fairy tale DLC on my Tama to the Angel DLC. I was hoping I'd be able to take the DLC character into the other DLC area, but unfortunately they thought of that loophole and that's not possible. But I just remembered that Pegasus Patchy exists, so he's gonna be my new guy. And yeah, I wanted to do a painting of my little Jellycat Raindrop plushie. I just love him so much because of his big round belly, and of course, since my name's Rain, he's me. And I wasn't crazy about this face I did at the beginning, mostly just because the line of the smile was a lot thicker than I would have liked. But I just went back and painted over that, and then I decided to paint on the tag as well, which wasn't really in my initial thought. I wouldn't say initial plan because I didn't really have an actual plan, but I decided to paint the background pink and take a moment to just appreciate how cute he is. And then this is the tag that I'm going to try to recreate. So I'm working on a very small area here. I can't be bothered to measure how big the tag that I painted here is, but it's less than an inch on the long edge. So I was just trying my best to do all these letters and fit this cat and his little pineapple hat, but I thought this painting turned out really cute, and Paul N was staring at me the whole time, and so was little Mai, or not staring at me, but she's staring at something mischievously. So I decided to paint her, and I really liked how this turned out at the beginning until I got to the point where I was painting on the embroidery of her face. Those lines just came out so thick and looked really unnatural with the rest of the piece being unlined, and then I ended up lining the whole thing, which did not look natural at all and just wasn't what I was going for, or not what I was envisioning. So I don't think I'm actually going to put the clip of me finishing this painting in this vlog, but the beginning was cute. So my partner just left for work, and I have had this idea for something that I want to make him for a couple days. Basically, what I want to do is I want to sew something that is going to solve some of our problems with having a small living space. Our bed is shoved up against one wall. So I have like a beautiful amount of walking space and my nightstand next to me in bed, but he just has the wall, and then he has nowhere to put like his phone and his little headphones, the little AirPod case. So I want to improve his quality of life over there, shoved up against the wall and being in the more inconvenient side of the bed. I came up with the idea to have his like headphone case in a little like velvet bag, just a little dice bag that we had laying around. But it also looks like the bags that you would like you'd fill with colorful rocks. But currently he has one of those little velvet bags like on the wall on a thumbtack to put his headphone case in, because it used to just be floating around the bed and got lost literally every morning. So that has helped. But currently his phone is floating around the bed, and his phone charger is like plugged into an outlet that's at the foot of the bed, and it just like goes under the bed and then up. So yeah, it just falls down in the crevice all the time. So basically the plan is we are going to take our beloved Kirby, and we're gonna make him flat, and of course his mouth is wide open because that's what Kirby does, and we're gonna crucify him on the wall, and then we're gonna have 2 slots, one for the phone and one for the headphone case. To solve the phone charger problem, Kirby, he can like hold it if I put a little snap here. But yeah, so I'm gonna sketch up my idea, and then we'll meet back with a selection of fabrics to make this happen. And for my pattern, I'm just eyeballing everything. I held my phone against my partner's phone this morning while he wasn't looking, to see like how much bigger it was than mine. Okay, so I've returned to you with 3 fabrics from my stash, which a lot of my fabric is like thrifted clothes. So I have this lovely faux suede. Yeah, we have some good real estate here, about the size that I was imagining for our curb. And then I found this fabric that has this weird stretchy ruching moment. I thought this looked like very throat-like, so we'll use this for the inside of the mouth. And then this is just a plain red shirt. I thrifted some random crap on it. So many shirts for specific events end up in the thrift store, so it's cool to be able to take those and use pieces of those. And with that, I had all of my pattern pieces, which I definitely would do a lot differently if I had, let's say, made a mock-up before I used the only piece of pink velvet big enough. But we took a quick break from that to go to the library with my best friend. She wanted to print off some flyers and hand them out at a show later today, so I just helped her get those all printed and cut out real quick. Okay, hi, so I just got home from the library with my best friend, and now I have all the pieces for the curb all pinned and ready to go, so all that's really left is to sew everything together and see how it looks. I'm just using two different pinks in my top stitching versus the bottom stitchings. I don't really give a care. But yeah, just sewing everything together, and I did two sides to the little hands so that they can kind of flop around, and then I hemmed the like top lip and immediately undid it because I realized that was not needed because I had to sew the pocket to the top part, and this was just very, very confusing to get this pocket combined. I wasn't really sure what order to do things in that would be ideal, but we pretty much got it working. But getting all those pieces connected was not easy, especially because the fabric that I used for the inside of the mouth was very stretchy, so I had to do a zigzag stitch so it didn't like completely stretch it out. But the faux leather was actually pretty easy to work with, but he definitely turned out pretty wonky and looking perhaps a little bit deformed, but I think that definitely just adds to his charm. And then I sewed this snap button on, the biggest snap I had in my supplies, to make it like pretty easy to do and undo. But this is how Kirby is going to hold the phone charger. And then I just kind of finished things up with hot glue. I wanted to just fully attach this front piece to my largest piece of pink felt, just to kind of give him a more stable backing. I had thought about doing like cardboard, but didn't end up doing that. And then the felt ends up looking a mess. We don't really need to talk about that too much. You know, it's going to be pressed against the wall, so really who cares? I did not leave nearly enough real estate for eyes, but that's okay. They can kind of hang off the edges a little bit. And I wanted him to have stars in his eyes, but they needed to be pretty stable. But here's our situation before. So let's get that out of there. And here's the finished product. So we have this beautiful Kirby. He looks so at home with our other plushies, and he's just so perfect. He's such like a terrifying looking monster, honestly, but I love him so much. The phone charger thing worked perfectly. The pockets are like the perfect size. He is a little droopy with the added weight, but that's okay. He may just need a thumbtack through his forehead. But of course, I had to journal about my Kirby pouch making experience. So I just cut out a little swatch of each fabric and just hot glued them to the page. Like, why overcomplicate it? This was such an easy way to kind of commemorate this little experience with my sketch and my swatches. And then I'd like to print out a picture of the finished product to put in that empty space. And while we're working on the journaling, I just wanted to do a cute little spread about helping Bee print off her flyers at the library today, and I put in this really cute little bookmark that they had for free, and I've got some empty space here on the right that I can use for, you know, whatever else happens in the rest of my day. But now, the next day, I hung out with my best friend again, and we went on a little short road trip to Peoria, Illinois, to go to a hardcore show to benefit Palestine. So it's going to kind of be an all-day thing. So I packed a little lunch, and we hit the road, and I did a lot of art today, and just had such a great day. So I don't need to yap through all the footage here, but just wanted to bring you along on our little car trip and then to the show because it was awesome. So let's get into Illinois and let's have a fun day. I was like fucking up. Okay, Little Mai and I are here to sign off on this vlog. I really hope you enjoyed watching all the just random stuff that I've been getting up to since the beginning of June. And yeah, I really hope to see you again soon. So until next time, bye.